In Iraq, a drone attack has caused a fire near a U.S. diplomatic facility in Baghdad. Victory Base is within the perimeter of the international airport. The area has come under repeated attacks since Iraq was drawn into the Middle East conflict. Iranian-backed armed groups have claimed responsibility for previous strikes on the capital. Well, al-Haq is live for us now in Baghdad. Nicholas, what can you tell us about these latest attacks?
Well, this attack happened just 20 kilometers behind me, west of Baghdad, in Camp Victory. That camp is almost empty. It used to host NATO soldiers, but also American soldiers. And we actually heard a loud explosion just 2 hours ago. And so a group called Asaib Ahl has claimed responsibility for this attack, an Iraqi-based Iranian-backed militia. And they said in their statement that they will escalate these attacks, warning civilians, I quote, to stay away from the occupiers being U.S. interests here in Iraq. And interestingly, a few hours after that, about 200 kilometers away north of Baghdad in Kirkuk, in a town called Duz, well, there was one of these Iraq-based Iranian militia group that was attacked. And no one has claimed responsibility, but of course the Americans perhaps are behind that attack. But what we've seen is a number of attacks by Iranian-backed militias in Iraq, really targeting American positions, but also Western positions. This group, Asaib Ahl, has claimed responsibility over the death of a French soldier in a base in Kurdistan. There were two bases, a French base and an Italian base, that came under attack, again, using drones. Now, these low-cost, high-impact attacks have really served to create this sense of fear amongst these soldiers that are here in Iraq. Mohammed?
Nick, let me ask you about something else that's going on in Iraq right now. NATO is withdrawing troops from the Iraq mission. What's the likely impact of that on the ground there?
I mean, the fact that NATO, that has been around since 2018, here to help the Iraqi forces fight off ISIL fighters, are now leaving at a time where they're really needed here, where there's an uptake of attacks here, is really strong in symbolism. Now, they're saying that it's just a repositioning and it's temporary, but we've seen Spanish troops leave, Italian, French, and most notably American troops also leaving the country. And the effect of that on a security front, well, that leaves the Iraqi alone to handle the security situation here and the defense situation in this country. But also there is an economic impact, of course, because the presence of NATO troops, well, reassures investors, notably investors in oil. 90% of Iraq's revenue comes from the export of oil. And according to Reuters, the Iraqi oil minister is actually calling a force majeure, saying that they're not able to uphold their contracts with the various companies, the oil companies that are exporting the oil from here. And now that's a major blow on an economic front for the Iraqis. Mohammed?
All right, that's al-Haq live for us in Baghdad. Nicholas, thanks so much.